Good morning everyone. Today we're going to be writing our Box It Up plan for how to build a Roman road. Now the first thing we need to think about is our title. So you might jot down 2 or 3 different ideas that you might like to have for your title, and then like we've done in class previously, you can choose your favourite one or the one that you think will be most effective. So I might just jot down some ideas. Now remembering that titles go in the middle, each word starts with a capital letter, and I underline them with a ruler. So I'm going to practice that for my plan as well. So I might have building Roman roads, or I might just have how to build a Roman road. Remember, don't make them too long. Or I might have a question for my title. Want to conquer the Celts? Something like that. Okay, so I must remember, even in a plan, to underline with a ruler. Now the first thing I'm going to think of is my introduction. Okay, so over here in the margin, I'm going to write introduction. So that's the first section that I'm going to plan today. Now in my introduction, I'm going to just include 1 or 2 sentences just to introduce what this set of instructions is going to teach the reader. So, and remember, this is my plan, so I'm going to use bullet point notes today, okay? So my first bullet point, I might open with a question, because we've done lots of work on questions, and I might have a question, something along the lines of, want to beat the Celts, question mark. Okay, so I might open with a question. Then I'm going to write sentences about how they were straight roads, and that we need them for quick access. So these are just my notes, not having to write in full sentences today. We're going to take the shortest route possible, and the soldiers and slaves built them. So that's my note there to remind myself, and they did it by hand. So that's all I'm going to include in my introduction. And then to go on to my next section of my Box It Up plan, I'm just going to draw a line with my ruler across to then move on to the next section. Oh, something I haven't done. Now when I write my instructions, this subheading will be underlined and it will have a capital letter. So I'm going to do that in my plan to remind myself when I write it tomorrow. So the next section is going to be equipment. So I'm writing it over here again. Now the equipment always is in a list. So I'm just going to write the first point, just to remind myself, it's going to be that I'm going to use bullet points. Just to remind myself that in this section, I'm not going to write in sentences, I'm going to use bullet points. And they needed spades, they needed stone slabs, a measuring rod, which is called a decempeda. Okay, now I know that they also needed things like sand and rocks. They used quite a lot of resources like that, didn't they? Okay, so that's super simple, my equipment list. Now, you might have noticed that I'm not doing right align, misalign, right align, misalign. You might want to though. So my next section is my method. Capital letter again. Now, I did forget to mention up here, because we're doing the equipment list, because it is a list, we're using bullet points, there's a semicolon up there. Okay, moving it up. So for this section, I'm going to use a numbered list. Okay, something else you're going to use in this section are your linking adverbials. Okay, something else that you had in your pack that will really help you is your instructions PowerPoint. Okay, so this printout that goes through the features of instruction writing, the imperative verbs, adverbials of time and manner, and then these are mainly what I'm going to use today for this method section. So I know that number 1, I'm going to use a number here to remind me when I'm writing tomorrow. Now they're going to dig the trench first. So I could use firstly or to begin with. I like that, to begin with. So I'm going to use to begin with. Okay, to begin with. Now it's a fronted adverbial, so I'm going to need a comma before I continue my writing. Now, I'm just going to use dig trench, but tomorrow I might write to begin with, use your spade to dig a large trench. Okay, so this again, I'm choosing my adverbials and I'm still making notes that I can expand on tomorrow. So then the second point, layer of stones next. They're going to create a layer of stones. I might use after that. After that, comma, layer of stones. And obviously tomorrow I'll make that into a full sentence. So 3, they then create a base with broken stones, pebbles and cement. So I think I will use then create a base with broken stones, pebbles. Now tomorrow I'll use and cement, but today I'm making notes, so I've just done comma cement. Okay, so then we want the cement mixed with broken tiles. So have I used after that? I have used after that, so actually I'm going to tick that one. I might use soon after that now. Soon, I'm going to tick that's when I've used it. Soon after that, comma, cement mixed with broken tiles. Oh, if I can write today, cement. Sorry about that, boys and girls. At point 4, I carried on. I didn't realise that the iPad had stopped recording. Memory was full, too many videos on there. So I just finished off step 4, where I used the fronted adverbial soon after that. Cement mixed with broken tiles. Then number 5, I did write this. Now, paving stones for surface, fit together tightly. Now, point 6 of my method is the final point. So I'm going to choose either finally or to finish or at last. Or I quite like at last. Do I want to use that one actually? Or play around with them. I actually think I'm going to use to finish. To finish. Now we always use finally, so try not to use that one. To finish, create a curb at the side. I might not use side, I might use edge. And make a channel for water to run away. So that's obviously when it rains. Okay, so that's my final part. Now looking at my page, I've got a few lines left down here. What I am going to do for my own brain is I am going to draw a line underneath that bit just to get inside my head. That's the end of my method, but then I'm going to come over here and use this side for my final section, which is my conclusion. And I'm going to underline that. Okay. Now, in my conclusion, I'm going to write something along the lines of, now you know how to build a Roman road, but I also want to include something quite powerful because I know the Romans were quite mean in their quest to conquer the Celts. So I might write something along the lines of, we can march west and conquer them. So I might start it with a now, or now you know how to, and I can finish that off tomorrow. And And I might actually use, rather than you, I might use we, because it's quite a powerful word in terms of we can do it together, we're all together as part of this big Roman army. We can march west, and I'm just going to put in there beat Celts, and that will remind me tomorrow that I want to add something quite strong in there about conquering the Celts. I'm looking forward to seeing your box it up plans today. I hope that was helpful. If it helps, you could watch the introduction part of the video, pause it, and then do your introduction yourself, and then move forwards like that. We're looking forward to seeing them.